Riff Radio. Yeah, you already know. Talk Riff Radio. It's time to start the show.
So Google DeepMind, which I think is the department within Google that is developing Gemini, their AI product, I guess I would call it, AI model, was entered in a competition, programming competition that was held in Azerbaijan. Also this week, the host of the Formula One race, but that's a totally different topic. In a performance that the tech company called a profound leap in abstract problem solving, it took less than half an hour to work out how to weigh up an infinite number of possibilities in order to send a liquid through a network of ducts to a set of interconnected reservoirs. So yeah, I guess it's like a puzzle that they have to solve using a program. That was the contest that it was in, is what it sounds like. Which is fine, I guess, if that's the best thing. Yeah, me too.
I like puzzles.
None of the human teams, including the top performers from universities in Russia, China, and Japan, got it right.
Wow.
So yeah, just crushed us.
Yeah.
It did fail
Fucking
2 of
man.
the 12 tasks, though.
I mean,
so there's, it isn't infallible.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem going forward. We're going to unleash AI to take control of our utilities, and then every once in a while, like 2 out of 12 times, our toilets
2
are
out of
then
every
back
12
up.
houses. Fucking Coca-Cola gets pumped through their water system or something.
The drains just clog, and it's the Home Alone scene of the wet
Everyone's
bandits all over
sewage
again.
in that area gets routed through that house, and it
Straight through the filter in the refrigerator.
Hey, two out of 12 probably
Yeah,
won't get better numbers before we hand it over.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, how do you ever trust AI to get it to be 100%, or do you think it's going to always have this factor of 2 over 12?
So I don't know if perfection's ever like a realistic expectation for anything. I think that we have to weigh it against how many errors a human would have made in the same position, and kind of base it off of that. If those are the two options, you see which one is more perfect than the other. Trust it? I don't know. What.
How do you think the military is handling it? I just saw Lockheed had like a new fighter jet companion. It's basically a drone swarm, and so it's gonna fly along like the F-16 and basically disengage targets ahead of time. Like
Interception.
Basically, they're like going
intercepting
out,
things like surface to air missiles and stuff, and
or other fighter jets and stuff like that, or missiles and stuff. But I would just kind of also wonder, that's not necessarily AI, is it? I mean, these autonomous drones, are they using AI? Are they going to get that 2 over 12?
I mean, it depends. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if they have humans controlling them. I didn't look into that one, but I would imagine it's probably a hybrid a little bit.
But they're trying to get there.
Human input and AI. It is a cool idea.
But at some point, they're trying to get to be fully autonomous, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then my question is, we're using them to keep the pilot safe. How soon before we, don't need the pilot, I think is what you're saying.
Yeah. And how soon is it where it's like going to be 100%? because if it's not, then it's never going to get rid of the
No,
pilot.
yeah. I mean, yeah, if the pilot's 100%. But I mean, fighter jet pilots, you talk about like real time, high pressure problem solving, and you have to make split second decisions to save like not only your life, but you're protecting a bunch of people on the ground. Typically, is how they're used these days. So whether to pull the whether to
Your
pull the
fellow
trigger or
countrymen.
not, do I want that in the hand of an American or in the hands of a drone with AI that's full of Chinese parts?
Yeah, and rare
Yeah,
earth
yeah.
minerals. Well, I mean, as far as this Google Gemini one, how, I mean, so there's a gold medal now. Like, does the AI get on a podium and feel like he actually achieved
Yeah, yeah.
anything?
I imagine if he had a body, that would be pretty cool. He could like get do a podium ceremony or something like that. Is AI going to have its own national anthem, or is it going to be like nationally sponsored by the country that made it?
Well, what's Google's theme music when the
I
phone
don't
starts
know.
up?
Yeah,
That's probably it. I would say that these companies are going to be like, countries at some point. So, or they already are, but I mean, they're going to have to come up with company anthems,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. Definitely something that we can identify him with. Yeah,
Just
and
like
they
Dolby
have
Digital.
logos, but they should really have more of like a traditional flag for each one, like a country flag.
Right.
That's just an easy identifier, and it like kind of fits the dimensions.
Right. Like, what is this AI? Like, fly your flag, because I don't understand,
Yeah, we
what
just
are
need
you
to
good
know
for?
who's doing what. It needs to be an identifier for us silly humans.
Yeah. Because it seems like all the AIs, like what I saw, some of the logos, or pretty much all of the logos, are some version of a swirl
Hmm.
and a circle, and and it's like, is this the is this the way that we identify if it's an AI or not? Like, is it a swirl? Is it a circle?
Yeah, they're
Like,
definitely
now we
doing
know.
like the flower, or also the little the little star shape, the little four pointed star that it's kind of
Yeah,
there's a geographical name for each of those curves. Parabolic maybe.
it
Yeah, for
many
at least
many
four.
parabolas.
Yeah, they're I noticed that.
Quad burla,
Quad quad what?
quad
Yeah.
burla, bro. Yeah, quad
I used to draw them all the time
burla.
on graph paper. If you like shift the ruler, like if you start with an X and a Y axis, right? And then you have the ruler like this, and you scoot it down one and over one, it makes a set of lines, and then you do it from the other
Yeah,
axis, and it makes a set of lines, and it creates like this perfect curve. Four of those.
yeah. What was that thing, that device that you had, like those gears, and you like put the
Oh,
pencil in and you just
spirograph.
like
Spirograph's
it spun it
awesome. Yeah.
around?
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
really cool. I would
yeah.
always mess mine up. It would slip and
It's
it
like
would
the
like
fast.
make a shitty line. Like, you have to keep those gears locked. Yeah, I mean
You gotta
it's
start
ruined at that
over.
point. Yeah.
That's pretty much what these companies did. They just like found a thrift store somewhere, found a spiral graph, and just that's their logo
Yeah,
now.
they're
They're like,
ChatGPT is a
all
good,
right, I
or
got it.
OpenAI is a good example of that flower logo. I've seen a few of them, and there was one the other day. I forget what it was for, but it was almost identical to the OpenAI AI logo, except it just had more lines in the spiral, like it was split in half in doubles. And I was like, "This is too close. You get
Yeah.
whose, whose idea was this? This is crazy. Are you trying to deceive me?"
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's like again, there's so much overlap in all of these models, these AI models, if you will, that there's so much overlap that they're all doing the same thing, that they're all even like, well, fuck it. Like, we're all gonna have the same logo and we'll see who wins on merit, like
Hmm.
Google Gemini just did. It's like winner take all basically at this point
I'd
because
be
they're all
interested in
equal.
having like Grok and Gemini and ChatGPT have debate, like a debate competition between the two,
Yeah.
with human judges,
Yes.
maybe like 3 human or 4 human judges and 1 AI judge, just to see, and then a human
Yeah.
moderator like a host, and just try and get them to stump each other on different topics and see whose arguments are the most well
Yeah.
put together and rational.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, they could even just take even the same debate questions from any of the presidential races in the past, and like they could have like just redo the debate, but just with AI, just to see
Yeah,
what AI would come up with, and is it better or is it worse than what our current or the past presidential candidates like had as their
it'll be really interesting
go-to
because it would
lines.
reveal the politics of that AI at that given time, because they are going to take stances on these
That's true.
political topics.
Yeah. Oh, that's okay. So there was speaking of which, Albania, this was news from about a week ago or so, maybe a little bit over a week ago, but Albania appoints an AI generated an AI generated government minister to govern the country's finances. So basically countries are adopting this
Was that an
already.
elected position
Um,
before? Because
and
that would be
where
crazy if you're just taking the power out of the people's hands to elect somebody and putting AI in there instead.
honestly, Albania is probably not like that far off of dictatorship, so I'm sure that it wasn't too bad of a
I've never been to
situation.
Albania, but I think you're probably
I'm
pretty
not sure if
correct in that.
I'm just not sure if it's a democracy or
It's
not.
Eastern Europe, or
But
I mean, it's what would it be considered? That's
yeah,
near
it would
Near
be
East,
yeah,
also,
Eastern,
in a way. Like
far, near,
either,
far,
yeah, sure. There's
mid
the middle
east.
one too. Yeah, for sure.
Honestly, though, like I think it goes back to what we're talking about, where it's like, is this even that close? Like, is it close enough to even get away with appointing an AI to be, a government minister? Because like, are they ahead of the curve, or are they like too far ahead of the curve on this? Like, is it going to backfire on them and it just drains everybody's bank accounts and sends the money to Azerbaijan? It's the
Yeah,
finance minister. Like,
send
this
it
is
to
your
me.
money,
Send it
people.
to Azerbaijan.
Yeah. But I think that is where like governments will eventually go, and the people would probably want that because it's going to um corrupt decorrupt the governments if there is a way of having a truthful, AI that's able to just do the job and like just do the job. Don't
Yeah,
fuck
I
around,
think a
basically.
little bit of the, maybe it sounds a little bit pessimistic, maybe, but conspiratorial for sure. The government's already using AI to do jobs. I mean, it's not. They'd be. I hope they are, because other places are for sure. So I'd like to be on the cutting edge of trying to help it. Yeah, do complex math problems, and I mean, I do math with Siri all the time. Just ask them what 7,332 times 176 is, or whatever. And Yeah, just to think that they're not already doing it, and at what level it is, we don't know. Is kind of the question that I'd ask.
Again, I think that goes to what we're talking about, or again, the corruption part of it and the non-transparent part of it, where what you're saying is that it might be conspiratorial, but at the same time, it's not. Our governments are not transparent enough to use AI yet in the most effective way for people to understand that it's for their good. Like I think that if there was a transparent, hey, we have a couple AIs that are going to debate this topic, and then they're going to come up with policy, and that policy is going to be presented as AI, policy for the people to see and read, and then understand that it's better than what humans can create. Then you would be like, oh, okay, I'm glad that my
I
government's
think
using AI.
at the root of that problem with not being transparent is because it's all based in some sort of constant arms race, because the government's run by the military industrial complex, and secrets are a big currency for them. So letting any information out, you're devaluing that information that you worked so hard and spent so much to collect, whether it's AI research or like spies and stuff doing espionage in other countries. So it's, yeah, as long as it's rooted in that, as long as that's the base level of where it's coming from, I don't really see the government becoming more transparent or transparent enough.
But that's like different departments of our government. I mean, we're in a democracy, right? So, like, if we were in a militarized, like, full blown dictatorship, military dictatorship, then I would say, yeah, keep all the AI a secret. But, like, if we're in America, then, like, the policies that the lobbyists create to govern the citizens here, like, that is not military technology. Like, it's not an AI that I would consider a weaponized version of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just policy or law and court documentation that should be transparent
Yeah.
compared to like a military
Oh yeah, absolutely.
AI that's more
Yeah, but the
more so
entire,
secretive.
even at the very base of the government, the entire money structure is based on defense contracts and money on defense spending. So even if it's not a military AI, the money for it that is being spent, I'm sure, is much easier to allocate under the defense budget than whatever department would be doing it, science and technology or something like that. So even if it's not like, obviously they're going to implement it for military reasons, but that might not be its only research topic that they're posing to it. They might be putting it in charge of money or putting it in charge of other public works or whatever, but it's going to be a secret just because who controls the money.
There's a difference between opening the source code and allowing that to be dissected versus like, hey, the debated topics or policies that it creates on merit. So I mean, yeah, obviously this one AI could do many things, and it could be, used for military purposes. It could be used for, it could. We should at least see what it's creating. I want to see, not to say that I have the ability to say when it is used for military purposes or secrets or espionage, but I'm talking about like, how do we function as a country better than we have before in the most efficient way possible? And I want to see the work in progress. Like, I don't want it to all be in the background, in the shadows, like we already have. And then just like, so there's an upper class of people that are in government that always get to shape the policy that I never get to see transparently and see how it actually shapes my life.
I have a great idea. You know how we were talking about having the AIs debate each other? Why not make a national AI as an elected position where all of these companies put their candidate up, their AI candidate, and then we debate them, and then they're elected by the same day as you vote for the president, you vote for the AI as another mark on the box.
It's a companion to the president even. it like, why do we have a vice president? I want a president, and then I want him with ChatGPT or him
Whoever wins.
with Gemini or like, yeah. Why the idea that we're gonna have two infallible human beings in the power
Yeah.
position is stupid. You should have it just like Lockheed Martin has all these drone swarms that are protecting the F-16. I want AIs protecting our presidents
If
and,
we
and
make
their
it,
decision
if we
making.
make it an elected thing, then it'll at least factor in the populace's say on what AI they want. So no AI will be perfect, but you just got to win a popular vote based on some debates.
I mean, it doesn't even have to be a debate. Like in the Azure regime, like that same Google Gemini they should have had all those AI companies go over to the Formula One race and put their AI in the car and then actually race them on the track, see which one wins. And then I'll vote
Interesting.
for
Okay,
that
so the
one,
one who can
dude.
drive a car the fastest is the biggest policy
And
for
not
sure.
crash.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same as like filling up these tubes or whatever, the water pipes that like it won a gold medal. And it's like, if it can solve a puzzle, if it can drive a car, these are like complex tasks that are like, if it can do these things, like I'm sure it's going to be better than half, like 80% of the country at that
Oh,
point.
sure. Yeah. No, I think
What,
I
fighter
think
jets,
another
all that
interesting
stuff.
play on it would be if a presidential candidate was sponsored by an AI and it was up there for every debate with him and able to respond.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Like, you remember how Kamala had like a earpiece, or was it Kamala? So it was high. There was rumors of
Yeah,
that
I
during the
remember an
debates,
earpiece
but
thing, earpiece gate.
yeah, it was like an earring. Yeah, something about an earring being like super big, and people are. But again, that just goes to show that, like, do you actually think that was real time information by a human, or were they already using AI at that point? To give real time feedback to the candidate.
They could be. I mean, I would have it as a resource, at least for the people researching. If there is a human layer that's feeding it in there, at least have it as a tool.
Yeah. It is going to be funny though, because they're going to be so close. And like what we're saying is that they're going to be so close or competitive that it's going to be hard to say which one wins and which one doesn't. I think that like the technology is going to be there, or like so good that it's similar to what's going on now, that like students graduating college are using AI to write their resumes, and then HR on the company side is using AI to read the resumes, and then nobody's getting hired. Like, I
Why aren't
read
they
that
hiring
article
people? I
this
mean, a
week
resume is still.
because they're being picky, dude. These AIs are battling, dude. Like, there's a battle going on in the AI world, and they're like, "Oh, I can see through your bullshit resume,"
AI just wants us to replace
and
those people
so
with
like,
AI. Yeah, they're keeping the
right,
human. They're keeping
that's true.
humans from
There is
getting
bias
hired
there.
to prove that the humans are not
Totally.
capable.
Like, none of these candidates are
Compared to me.
hireable. But there is this one AI that
Oh,
that
really?
applied.
It got
I
hired.
think, no, I'm just joking. It's like, it's got
There's
hired.
this funny robot on Instagram that I've been seeing. It's a gray humanoid style robot. It's probably about 5 feet tall. It's a common like model. I think it is a maybe Boston Dynamics or something like that, but I'm not sure. And it just walks around in a town and says
Yeah.
rude stuff, and they like taught it how to flip people off, and it has a funny laugh and
That's
things
funny.
like that. And I just want that's the using it for comedy and funny stuff. I'm all for it. I want more of these things walking around. I don't know
Yeah.
if it has any AI tied into it at all, or if it's
So,
just remote controlled. But it was hilarious.
yeah, it reminds me of this uh something I saw on Twitter where somebody was like, a neighbor of mine went out of town. I'm watching their house. Can you or somebody help me to put a homeless encampment with AI in their front yard? And so it's like all these AI generated images of the person's house with like a fucking bunch of tents and like homeless people, like trash everywhere. And then they sent the picture to their neighbor, like, dude, I don't know what
That's
happened,
hilarious.
man. Like, you left for a weekend. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of shit that's like, yeah, that's awesome. Do you remember the robots that like were in like a UFC fight back in the
Yeah,
day?
yeah.
Those like
Battle
those robots
bots.
that would flip each other
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. I love
Battle
that show.
bots. Yeah.
It's still on. I still watch
Nice.
it. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
still on.
well,
Yeah,
let really? Let's do that with
yeah.
AI. AI is controlling the
Design,
battle bots.
manufacture, and pilot your own robot and have it destroy other robots.
Yeah. Do all the branding, do all the marketing, like all the commercials for it. Like it should create the whole entire, team business
Hell yeah.
model, all that kind of shit from start
I've
to
always wanted
finish.
to build a battle bot. That would be super fun. Just a little remote control
Me too.
car that destroys stuff and then
Yeah.
fight them.
I mean, now you can just buy a robot from
Yeah.
Alibaba, have it shipped to your house for $300.
And strap a gun to it.
They had those like those yeah, the Boston Dynamic ones had a
Yeah,
flamethrower
yeah.
on them. Did you see those ones? Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, as a security device, like I mean, they're already being used. I mean, that's a good thing too, I guess, until it like is jailbroken, and somehow it doesn't do the job correctly. But I think it's a good idea
I
for
think
security.
surveillance, yeah. I don't know if I'd want it to have a weapon. Maybe it itself is it can become electrified so that if anybody tries to touch it, if it's, if an alarm goes off in it, say it detects something out of the ordinary, it becomes electrified so that you can't interfere with it transmitting signals and anything like that. Be all right with something walking around the outside of my
Uh,
property line. Would it have tank treads or would it have
yeah.
legs?
Honestly, it depends on the weather
Because I might want it
conditions.
to climb the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was this wheelchair that was able to
The
do
rotating,
stairs.
like
Did you see
multiple
that
sets of
thing?
wheels that could like rotate and climb it up stuff. Yeah, it should
Yeah.
have that. That's awesome.
Yeah. 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 Didn't they put those on like a gator
Oh,
too?
like a golf cart gator? I think so. I don't think they can climb
Yeah.
stairs, but they do have like the tank tread set where you have like a hub in the middle that turns gears and has a
Uh-huh.
triangular tread around the outside. Yeah, see,
Yeah, yeah.
they're popular for snow
Cool.
vehicles out here. I mean, it's like a snowmobile track basically. But if you have to use your gator in 4 feet of
Yeah,
snow,
that's
or it's like even hard pack, or
you're
yeah,
fucked.
you'd want treads are cool because the surface area is so huge
And
on the bottom part. Yeah,
yeah. Well, they need a gator that can ride up onto the snowmobile track with the skis in the front and then just a single track on the bottom that's as wide as the gator and you
and it
drive it up a
latches in.
ramp onto it and Yeah, and then both of the two tracks basically are turning the
Yeah.
large track
Yeah,
underneath.
you could do that. Like tractors have an output, right? It has a name that I don't know. I'm not a tractor guy. I grew up in a big city.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how they power their accessories, is with a big power output. So if the Gator you're talking about had something like that, it could drive in and attach to a big giant snowmobile tread that it just kind of sits on, kind of like a flatbed trailer, but on a giant tread. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Turning in the snow is difficult too. 'Cause, it's just difficult because it's
That's true.
slippery. You miss driving in the snow ever?
Yeah. Nah, I
Going
mean,
snowboarding, that would be cool. But
snowboarding is cool. I think cars are just like you do get to a point of comfortability with just kind of letting go, you know? And you're like just doing whatever you can, but like at some point, like you're just like,
while you're
whatever.
driving?
Like the well, yeah, in the snow, like you hit some certain spot and you have to be comfortable with that feeling in your stomach where you're like, there's a couple inches where it doesn't catch, and you're like, you just got to be kind of cool with it.
I've been really good about driving out here in the snow for the last 9 years, almost 10 years. And it is true. You're 100% right that like if you panic, that's the worst thing you can do because it's already happening. So just stay cool, pump the brakes, try and turn as hard as you can to try and get something. But don't be throwing the wheel around all crazy and like slamming the brakes and stuff like that. Just, yeah.
Screaming.
Yeah, it's nuts. I've had some close calls, but you just go slower too. You just really, I mean, if you go 20% slower,
that's it.
It's so much easier to drive in the snow.
Yeah. Keep it under 25.
Yeah, I mean, we have to drive on like the highway here, and it's snow 6 months. It could be snow 6 months a year. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you just pray that they
do a good job. Some of the smaller roads, like the country roads, are that's the sketchy spots because they can't get every road. They just get the major ones.
Yeah,
the city's good about it.
I would support a project. Maybe our fans might want to build, but a car that just has a flamethrower on the front of it to heat the road ahead of it, and so it's just blasting with like jet propulsion, a flamethrower ahead of the car, just enough space, and just over the tires or what? To create like just the melt effect.
So what about when they build a major road, they insert rods basically deep enough into like geothermal depth, and then those rods are great conductors of heat, and they carry the heat to the road surface, and it just stays 60 degrees all year round or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's where we're getting into the future where like, it's just a lot of money, obviously. And whereas like my idea is more economical because it's like based on who can afford it.
Sure.
Flamethrower car versus like them stealing billions of dollars to create a road that never gets built, similar to the high-speed train in California.
A private company built it, and then it was a toll road, like a toll highway.
Sure. There you go.
Yeah, you have that toll pass if you're going on that piece of highway every single day, and that goes to the company, and we get to benefit from the end product of no salt on our car. You know how it is crazy. They're just pouring this stuff on the ground out there, and it's just rotting everything. And who knows what else is in it? It's bright. It's a bright color. It's like pink and green and shit. So who knows what else is in there?
Yeah, I think that's the what is it called, the red tide salt. That's where they get it from. But no, I completely agree with you. I think it would just be called a warm pike, not a turnpike,
Yep.
but a warm pike.
Warm Pike is I mean, it's a name. It's a good working title for sure.
It's it could also be at Starbucks if
Yep.
you want the
Yep.
warm
And
pike
a part of your purchase goes
type of
towards
coffee.
the maintaining of the Warm Pike.
If everybody just, you know, yeah,
Thermo Road.
I think that's
Ther-
yeah,
Thermo. The Therm Pike,
turnpike.
dude. That's so good.
Therm,
It sounds like it. And that's really the biggest part. Yeah.
turnpike, yeah. But I love it. I mean, I think it's a great idea. It saves. I was trying to, market it towards families that want, their dads and moms to get
Oh,
home from
yeah.
work, on a cold winter night. They would be
Sure.
the ones that are
The
paying the most for
Thermpike
it,
or
for
Die
sure.
marketing
Um,
technology. Yeah.
yeah,
Theory.
yeah. And yeah, Puff Daddy comes out, fucking turnpike or
Well,
die.
we can reach out, but I don't know if he's. I mean, he's probably pretty desperate for work. Honestly, you could probably get him for a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, he's. We can even see if he wants to fund a little bit of it, and then get a little
Yeah,
commission
maybe.
back. He should
Does he
get
have to
into
do any
charity
community
work at this
service?
point, right?
Because we could take advantage of that, and
He
that's
could
true.
shovel
Put him
the
in an orange
roads,
vest and clear the sidewalks.
pick up trash. This 3 mile stretch is sponsored. The the funny part, I think that speaking of throwbacks, was reading this article about Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids being in schools, and them having all these schools having rules and about banning
Hmm.
smartphones from the classroom. So there's a whole subreddit uh, that is that all of them are going to. It's called r/iPod, and so it's like a whole entire Reddit thread of all these old iPods that are being sold for like $500 plus.
I have an old iPad. I have an old iPod that
Yeah,
still works.
it's
I
pretty
powered
cool.
it up 3 or 4 years ago, and it still has all the songs on it, and it powers up. Yeah,
Get
you
on there,
should.
sell it.
It's an
Five
iPod
hundred
video.
bucks
It's
is a
that
good
bottom
deal.
left one on this picture that you sent. An iPod video, graphite black. That was the best
Yeah, that's
one
my favorite
by
one.
far. Yeah, the
That was the
iPod
best one.
Touch was cool. Don't get me wrong. I had a touch
It was
iPod
sick.
Touch too. That was awesome because it was like an iPhone and it did. But
Yeah, no,
if you're talking about capacity and battery life and just durability, shit, partner.
yeah. Well, the reason why the iPod Touch was not as cool was because at the time that the iPod Touch came out, the actual
Yes.
iPhone was available. But when this one came out, it was just the high
Hmm.
end iPod that had movie. You could play movie. We
Yeah,
would sit in parking lots
and
and
watch
smoke weed or
t-
whatever, and like
on a
literally
3-inch
watch a
screen. I think
movie
it
on.
was. Yeah, yeah, 3.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It was cool,
It's
man.
super
It
cool. I
was
mean,
way
except for
cool.
the screen size. I mean, honestly, it isn't much different than what we still do today on our devices. Sure, the connectivity is different, but
Right.
watching video on a screen, we were doing it. We were already doing it, man. YouTube,
Oh, there was haptic. There was the haptic response of like
it was the
scrolling.
best.
Do you remember that
Yeah, it was
feeling of it
amazing.
going? Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
felt so good. And then like that's funny because I saw something here that was I took a screenshot of that. That was a story about this thin haptic patch that you put on
Yeah.
on your fingertips, and so that it's for VR and augmented reality. That it's going to give you a feedback to like
Well, if you're
whatever
using
your
touchscreens
sensory
in the world, if you're using augmented reality
yeah,
touchscreen technology is kind of what it looks like right now. Is you can project screens in your field of view, and it's really just like giant tablets. So it would be nice to know when I touch it and how far it is, because it'll give me a
that's
way better
true.
depth perception.
Nice.
I can, yeah.
Yeah.
I,
I was thinking about like playing like Call of Duty or something. Like
that
you
would be
could
cool
actually
too.
feel the
What's
trigger.
stopping them from just making it a whole glove? It's just the you could have it. I mean, you could totally have it be
Yeah,
everything.
this is probably cheaper. The glove is going to be 10
Why
times
buy
the
one when you
cost.
can buy 10 at 10 times the price?
These ones, like they look like little sticky tabs too, or you probably could get like a whole 50 pack, and they come out
Yeah.
like those little tabs for
Yeah, it looks like a
marking
Band-Aid.
your books.
Yeah, or
You know,
the
like
the post-it
yeah,
the post-it marker flags, the little sign here flag.
yeah. But it would be awesome if they
Yeah.
sold it in a Band-Aid box. So that would be sick. And like they were individually wrapped, so you like pull the little paper off, like pull the paper apart, and then you put these
So
things
the
on.
only proven way to create that successful product is you get the porn industry involved. And that's what VHS became the only standard, DVD and Blu-ray also.
Yeah. So I mean, probably gonna have to put this on like, what
Yeah, like some
on a
sort of
condom.
device like that. Yes,
Haptic
for sure.
condoms.
Yep.
There you go. Well, at
I
least
mean,
we solved the
yeah, the
problem.
technology's gonna,
Go ahead.
the
Go
technology
ahead,
will get
fans.
there if those were a thing. Somebody will figure it out.
Yeah. It's way cheaper than buying these whatever robots that people are buying,
It's
that
just a,
are
a
like,
VR accessory. It's yeah, it's for
yeah,
VR. It's
exactly.
built around it.
I wouldn't want it on my fingertips, but maybe, I guess, just might get it irritating. But I could definitely see like petting a cat or,
Opening a door.
maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, going to the zoo, you could actually like
Fucking
touch a
alligator.
giraffe, alligator, wrestle an alligator.
But you just
We should do an augmented reality alligator
just put a
wrestling.
fake alligator out there that's mapped to the game, right? So it's like a giant foam alligator. And then you just have people take it down in VR.
Honestly, I think that's a great one because like there's a whole culture in America that does, enjoy a good
It's
alligator
captivating
wrestling,
because the
alligator.
danger makes it so entertaining.
Yeah.
That's
Riding a
essentially what you're
dragon.
doing. Yeah, you're wrestling a dragon, and I don't know, they like tape its mouth shut, and then it's essentially harmless.
But you could do like a haptic, like response for like Game of
Yeah,
Thrones, like riding the dragon. You could be that chick
I think
for a little
you
bit.
could be. Yeah, you could be. I got into Game of Thrones late and didn't get in as heavy as anyone else did. I watched it, but it was already over.
What about Never
Sure.
Ending
Yep.
Story? Okay,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
could ride
Hey, you
that
could ride any
dragon.
dragon, really.
It's a dragon riding
Ri- Ride the dragon.
game. You can pick any dragon to ride. I think these haptics though, the cool part would be if they add those like if they added heat
Yeah,
sensory to it too.
that would be cool.
So you could get burnt by the fire,
Yeah.
touch the stove and get
Yeah, how
burnt.
would
You
you
know what I
how would
mean?
they do that? I guess it could be if it was nuclear powered.
Maybe
Yeah,
nuclear powered
yeah,
fingertips.
like, but in the beginning you'd have to wear like a little belt reactor. You know, like it clips on your belt. It's like that size.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or a helmet. Just
it's like it
with
sits on top
the
of your
straws,
helmet.
like the
Yeah,
just
as,
letting out steam. It's just this,
and it's shaped
those
like one of
crazy
those the
straws.
cooling towers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, nuclear.
That's funny.
Yeah, at that point though, like what's stopping you from just like living outside? You don't nobody even needs a house anymore. You have a fucking nuclear
It's
power plant
true.
on your head.
Uh,
Everybody would just be just sleeping
Unlimited
outside in
power
the
for
snow.
everything that you could ever do. Yeah.
That I mean, yeah, that could be another thing to do is um run so going back to our topic of our
Yeah.
thermpike, well, we can have the radiator send hot water out to run. They could run the pipes or the coil the tires with those hot water pipes and somehow sending the hot water from the engine out to each of the tires to heat them up and keep
Sure.
them really, really fucking hot. And so they're like, yeah, basically they have more traction
I
on
think they're going to create
snowy
ice in
conditions.
super cold conditions because they're just melting snow into water and then the water freezes again. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's for the
that's
person
true.
behind
It
you to
is
worry
true.
about.
Your car would perform well with, I mean, the warmer the tires, the better. If watching race cars forever has taught me anything,
Yeah,
the hotter your tires are, there's a
right.
limit, obviously, but they get stickier.
Yeah. Speaking of energy, the
Do you have any?
there was a I don't even know
Yeah.
where this was. What is this? A fucking Labor Party of the UK. The UK came out with they want to go net zero for cremations. So they want to be eco-friendly and oh sorry, they want to be eco-friendly. So they want to ban gas cremation ovens, which I
Yeah.
support.
Yeah. I think if it is a noticeable percentage of pollution, then absolutely. If they've, want to vote for that, I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I wouldn't call anybody's relative pollution, but
I don't know. People have strange names like that. Pollution.
you're like calling my
Well,
grandma
no, the
pollution.
gas of her burning
Uh,
is, but also,
it-
but also
so she
putting people
is.
in the ground isn't like a perfect, full of embalming fluid. That's not a perfectly net zero method of getting rid of something either. I think I like the turning people into trees thing where it's they break down and you like feed a tree with it. That's a funeral option, I think, or a internment option. People do.
I feel like they should do something better though. They should liquefy you and then have the tree suck you up through
Sure, sure.
irrigation, like
That is pretty much what it is. Do you
hydroponics.
ever
And
remember hearing about people that growing weed putting a fish under the like a salmon? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
aquaponics.
Yeah. It's similar. Yeah. Same idea, right? You just drop a human down there and then grow a weed plant out of the top of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's this. I mean, whether it's, I think the fish aspect of it was more like the fish defecate, and it's the shit from the fish that makes the water
No,
fertilized,
I heard about them.
like chicken shit.
People would bury a dead fish
Oh, that's the
under the
Native
plant,
Americans.
and
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
it breaks down and creates
Yeah,
more.
totally.
I don't know, phosphorus and
Mm-hmm.
nitrogen and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's correct. But then the aquaponics is when you actually have a fish tank
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the side
sure.
of your hydroponics, and then you basically fill,
Because it is
ebb and flow that water
nitrogen,
that's coming
right?
from the fish
Fish,
tank.
yeah, their poop makes
Mm-hmm.
nitrogen. Yeah, nitrogen's
Correct.
cool.
But yeah, the good part about burying a fish under the plant is that it's the fish meal, the bone, but like the actual bones of the fish that
So
are
we
good for the
separate
plant too.
grandma's bones from her body, and then we use the bones.
Correct.
We
Yep.
we need the bones. You can have the
Yeah.
flesh. Yeah,
Liquefy the rest and then hydroponic it.
perfect.
There could be a huge greenhouse, like they could call it
Did they?
an arboretum, but like an arboretum
Yeah,
that's like a cemetery arboretum with all these greenhouses, and like you're like, wow, like this is an amazing garden. Yeah,
yeah.
and it's all from like, look, like
Each
grandma's
garden would
name
be a
is on
little
the wall.
mausoleum,
Like
right?
check it
This is
out.
a giant field of greenhouses, and you have
Right.
these little instead of the little mausoleum thing that
Yeah.
you see at the cemetery. It's a little greenhouse with grandma's garden in there. Yeah,
Yeah. Amazing. And it's
hmm
nuclear powered.
you eat everything you can from it, and you donate the rest, or it could be flowers, or it could be whatever grandma wanted it to be. She writes it in her will, and yeah,
Right. Petunias.
just
She loved petunias.
petunias every year. And you can go and pick them and put them in your house and stuff, right?
Yeah. And that's like, yeah, it's like just as good as having an urn on your mantle, like with your
Yeah,
uncle in there. Like, why would you even
Uncle
want that? Like, this would
or
you
Uncle
get
Joe's
fresh cut
potatoes or
flowers
Uncle Joe's
every year.
tomatoes or something like that.
That's awesome, dude. And they really are heirloom.
Really are. That would be the name of it. Would be Heirloom Farms or something like that. Right?
Heir-
Yeah,
Heirloom
hell yeah.
Farms.
A
Yeah.
family
It's
tradition.
awesome, dude. Since
Even at the beginning of this, I was thinking,
2025.
how do they do the marketing? Do they lean into like the skull and crossbones? Like, what if it was like the other way? It was just like punk rock, and it had like a
Yeah.
Grim Reaper and
Punk Rock
stuff. And,
Gardens.
no, I like the friendly one.
Yeah. I think there could be haunted hay. There could be haunted hay rides for sure, and a
Do it up
corn maze
for Halloween.
in
Yeah,
in
that's a great
October.
idea. Gives a little something for everybody. Yeah, it doesn't have to be creepy all the time.
Correct.
Cool.
You're right.
But really go big on Halloween. Go huge. Like
Huge.
festival.
Obviously, that's your Christmas.
Oingo Boingo is
Yep.
going to be
Yeah.
headlining. You know what I mean? Do you like Oingo Boingo?
No, I don't even know who Oingo Boingo is. It
is
just
awesome.
sounds awesome.
Danny Elfman, who did the music for The Simpsons and everything. Tim Burton, like all the creepy Tim Burton music. He does all that.
Oh, okay.
His original band was Oingo Boingo, and they have really like fun, creepy Halloween style party music. Highly recommend.
Cool. I will check that out at
Yeah,
the correct
I recommend
time.
everybody goes and checks it out.
The I was gonna say though, I forget if it was Sweden or Denmark, but it's definitely one of the northern countries in Europe. They were already using the cremation process to heat the town. So they were actually taking, instead of like just releasing the hot gases or whatever from the cremation process, they were actually heating water, or like running the pipe side by
Yeah.
side with the heat exchange, and then pumping that water to that's for part of the city, or I forget what it was, but I remember hearing about that like over 10 years ago, that they were already doing that, where like the heat exchange was helping through the cremation process. They were already like going to a sustainable cremation
Moving
process
more
by
neutral,
like,
for sure. Yeah.
allowing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That would be a really simple way to do it. Just kind of,
Yeah.
it's like a radiator and coolant system, but something that holds heat, and you send it somewhere else where they need warmth. And there's probably a radiator on the other side that you just turn on. That would be the simplest thing I can think of, is it's a hot water radiator in a room where somebody's trying to sleep. But you use it for other stuff too.
Love it. But you can also have that as, it could be your system for heating the water up for the hydroponics in our cemetery as well. Like, or to heat the greenhouses during the
Yep.
winter.
Yep.
To keep
But
them
then
warm. So you can run those, because we still have
until
to
it's
like
banned,
cremate.
we're going to be making money off of it if it's a option. I mean, why wouldn't we offer full services? They're legal for now. And then
Yeah.
just transition fully to the
Well, I mean,
liquefaction versus the burning.
Yeah, I mean, I think you separate the two. So like you still have the liquefaction aspect of it, but then the bones, like obviously you don't want to just smash them into powder. Like you would disintegrate them through cremation, and then that turns into
I see.
the bone
Okay, so
meal, obviously,
it's
for the plant,
still
for
like
the
a
plants.
refined product. It has to, you get it from burning it, and that's what really releases all the goodness. Got it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I don't think we're getting away from cremation. That's all I'm
not if we
trying to
want
say.
those sweet bones.
But I guess what you would do with the liquefaction part of it is that is obviously going to release some sort of biogas, and maybe that biogas is going to that biomass is going to create a gas that you can use for burning, to create the cremation process. So it's a closed loop
Yeah,
system. So like you're getting the gas for the cremation from the liquid, like from
sure.
the bodies, basically.
Yeah, if we could, yeah,
Yeah.
methane for sure.
Right. There you go, man.
Because
Well,
there's poop inside of
on
every
some
person,
on
right?
uh,
Yeah,
there's
because
a
some people
ton
have
of
more
it,
than other
dude.
people.
They
Yeah,
don't
well, they
clean them
do.
all
They
out.
don't. No, but that is a resource if you're trying to create methane, right? Sort of like, processed,
Yeah.
decomposing food material.
Yeah, I remember when they were trying to tell people that they were gonna put plastic bags on cattle to capture the farts. Do you remember
I
that?
remember a lot of talk about the
They were
cow
gonna.
farts, but I don't think I heard about the bags.
They were like, there's these big backpacks of like almost, you remember those
The
vape bags
volcano,
that,
yeah.
on the volcano? Yeah. So they looked like that with like a bungee cord or whatever, and the cows would actually wear them on their backs and
Every once in a
capture
while,
all
one
their
would like pop,
farts.
like
And so like
explode, right? No, a bag
the
full of
volcano.
farts.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah,
a farmer
exactly.
smoking a
Yeah.
cigarette.
What if there was a grass fire like
Let's
off to
see.
the side, and then all of your cows explode?
Boom, 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 boom. Just a chain reaction. You're like, no.
Bow, bow, bow.
Fire,
Yeah,
fireworks, dude. Just like a fucking head comes and lands on your F-150. You're like, shit.
it's just raining
No.
cow parts. It sounds like a battlefield. Oh,
If it just landed like so
I'm just saying,
happened
did
to
anybody
land
think
on
of
the
that?
grill, and you're like,
Was that discussed before we
no,
made a
dude.
decision on this?
No, then you're you're completely right to assume that that would happen. I'm just not all ideas are good ideas. I think that's a
Yeah,
big lesson.
I agree with you.
Did you see that there was this shark named Brenton who he had a tracker on him, and he it's a great white, and he was
Oh yeah,
swimming
I didn't see
around
it. I see it
the
now.
Atlantic.
That's awesome.
He he created a picture of
Yeah,
himself with all the points that he so it's the first self-portrait of a great white
yeah, and it's
drawn
right
by
off the
a great
coast
white.
of the eastern side of the United States, all the way from Nova Scotia, like from Canada, all the way down to his mouth
Yep.
is like kissing Florida. It's a giant
Yeah.
thousands of miles, thousands and thousands of miles self portrait, and it looks exactly like a shark.
Nuts.
It's the outline of a shark. That's crazy.
Yeah. And I can't believe that like he had that kind of foresight to, to understand like what a true artist, to be able to masterfully draw that
I've
over
talked a lot
such
of
a
shit about
large
sharks on
span.
this podcast, but I think, I mean, this really changes my mind. It really does.
Sack of liquid
I think that was it. Yeah.
talking shit about their
Well,
brains.
the other,
This Meanwhile, this one's
it's true.
fucking
It's
doing
true. But
self-portraits.
the other argument to it is that they're so simple that he only moves in the shape of his own body. He's it's so rudimentary that he can't even come up with an original shape. It's just like he is the shape, and everything he does and sees is the shape of his body. I mean, there's sharks,
Self-centered.
man. What are you gonna do,
Well, like any artist. I mean, not every
dude?
artist, but
Breton. He
a
he
lot
has
of
a
them.
name, and he's drawing pictures. If that picture is Breton, which I doubt it is, because there's not a lot of sharks with names that have perfect pictures of them like that.
He
He
named
wrote
himself.
it. He signed his work.
He wrote it. He signed his work. Breton. Look in the
You
bottom
see
right
up
hand
the
corner.
coast
It
of
says
Greenland
Breton.
there where it says Breton?
Man, I want to know though, like, okay, so they did this with a great white. Now, like, do this with a hammerhead or like, a different shark, and do they
Different
draw
shapes.
like the hammerhead? Yeah, like
If
different sharks draw
if that happened, that
themselves.
would be crazy. Yeah, it would
Revolutionary.
change everything. Hey, what are whales doing, right? Are whales drawing pictures too?
Yeah. See, we I have no idea, but that makes total sense to at least start to really put the pieces together of all these marine animals. Like, what are they doing out there, and why are they swimming such great distances? Are they all just drawing pictures of
Or
themselves?
pictures of something. I mean, this is a great self-portrait, but you could have them doing still life.
That's
You could have
true.
them doing impressionist stuff, or some cubist stuff. We don't know. Different species could draw different stuff. Sharks, with their stupid sacks of
Like,
liquid, they just
um,
draw kids pictures of sharks.
they could be sending messages to us like, hey, the aliens are real. They're underneath the oceans. I see them. They're over here. And like, they're like writing, writing whole novels, Shakespeare, but like, whatever. Like, we haven't tracked them
Yeah.
enough.
Well, yeah, it'd be interesting just to see how much data you could come out of just like a plot with intersecting lines in totally random sequences, and then see actually how much data
Yeah.
you could transmit by just putting a tracker on a whale and try and decode their language.
Right. And that's, I think, where like these marine biologists are really getting it wrong. They're trying to communicate
Mhm.
with the animal rather than
Yeah.
interpret their
Yeah.
art, with the like they're not just study their movements and see what they're writing, because maybe they're more of like they're more of writers
Sure.
than they are orators,
We I wish I had a marine biologist I could talk to let him know.
soon. We'll
I
get one
think
on the
we could
show. We'll
probably
get one.
find one that wants to talk to us.
Yeah, we'll find one. The coolest part about, I think, the future is if we can come up with maybe that's where AI is going to come in handy, is to decipher the codes of our marine biologists, marine life itself. Like we're saying, like studying the movements and stuff, or understanding all the small little you know movements, to create some sort of speech from it. I think that maybe there is something there for AI to discover
Yeah,
for us.
I'd be curious to see what whales are actually saying, because we have the sounds and we can study their behavior somewhat, but it's really difficult to actually see what they're doing as soon as they go below where humans can go. Because sure, they come to the surface to breathe and to eat, but there's a lot of that stuff down there. We just can't go deep enough, consistently enough to know what anyone's doing. So it's it'd be interesting to see. Some of them, man, I forget the ones that dive the deepest. Maybe a sperm whale dives the deepest. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
deep. It's deep. I'd Google it, but
It's deep.
I don't. Yeah,
Nah, don't. Let's leave it for our fans to, in the comment
it's the
section
deepest
below.
whale.
Let us know. Let us know. But also, like, I think to talk about um their speech itself is kind of boring. Like, if you actually had to listen to that for long periods of time, like,
I'd go to
it's
sleep.
kind of like,
Yeah,
yeah. So I think it would be better just if they just wrote us a message
they might be.
rather than
They might be
trying to
trying. They
listen
might
to
not
them
be
talk.
communicating with us. They might be communicating with other planets.
That's what yeah, they could be telling it, like sending messages from, like, we're not getting the message directly from the aliens. Like, we're supposed to get the
Yeah.
message
Well,
from the marine
why would
life
they
that
talk to
gets the
us?
messages
You know,
from the aliens.
I know
We don't even look like
they're
them.
octopus, right, or whatever,
Uh,
and they're using the whales to communicate.
they look, yeah, they look more like a sperm whale than they do a
And
fucking
they come from
human
another
being.
water planet where the water creatures are the more technologically advanced species. Yeah.
Totally. So they're going directly to the marine life, and they're like, hey, we could save your planet. And meanwhile, like, humans are like, la di da di da. And the fucking marine life doesn't have fucking thumbs to save the world.
Yeah. Yeah, the whales. They're not concerned. They're not really concerned with us too much. Remember, the
So,
killer whales were fighting back. Remember that in the news?
yeah.
They're sinking
No,
boats and stuff.
what
Yeah.
sinking the boats, yeah.
So makes you think.
The Maybe they were just trying to send us a message.
Yeah. Fuck boats.
You know what I noticed the other day that was pretty cool is looking up at the sky and seeing a airplane with its like the what is it? The trail
Contrails.
of whatever,
Yeah.
the trails from contrails, yeah. So, like, and just notice, like, just seeing that when I was swimming in the pool, and I was like, that's just
Hmm.
like the wake of a boat, like in
Yeah.
reverse or upside down. And like, it just looks the same as, like, if you were in a drone or on a drone view above the ocean and saw, a boat,
Or if you're
with
a
weight
whale
behind
or a
it.
sea creature or a lake creature, it would look identical to you.
Yeah. Then they're seeing that,
That's
and they're
true.
seeing the airplane. So they're like, how many
That's
layers
true.
are there? How many mediums?
I thought
ABI?
I
I don't know.
always thought it was funny how when chemtrails were a big conspiracy topic, which they still are, like cloud seeding and stuff like that is happening right now. I always understood why they existed. Contrails, like I knew the science before that came out, and it was just an interesting conversation to have back then. Like, no, they're not all chemicals. Is it possible to do that 100%? And then I always remind people, why would they make them a white mist? Well, they just make them invisible, and that's a lot less questions for them to answer. But yeah, it was an interesting topic, and now we're seeing it come around again with this cloud seeding stuff, like in Texas, and how nobody's talking about it, unfortunately, but it is pretty evident that cloud seeding could have led to those floods that happened and took out that summer camp.
I think one of the big revelations was understanding that, like, there's so much air traffic nowadays that what really people should be most upset about, is the fact that these contrails dissipate into clouds. So, like, the fact that the Midwest or these flyover states, right? You have thousands and thousands of airplanes going over
Mm-hmm.
in a single day. And so what once was blue sky is, because these contrails, the trails dissipate and they're overlapping and it creates this fine, like a cloud,
Yeah.
or like cloud layer that's consistent across the whole sky. Where you once had a blue sky, now you're having a diffusion of the sun that would have reached
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Earth.
I would think it would be
So
more
you're getting less
concentrated
sun for sure.
around an airport. I mean, yeah, I guess we have planes that fly over us.
Yeah, I mean, it might not be where you are, but I'm just saying that, like, a lot, like some of these places that like see the most
Yeah,
air
yeah.
traffic above them, what's going on is that the contrails turn into a layer of clouds, and then, like, maybe it's not even that. It's just the fact that you're not getting as much sun to the ground as
Sure.
you
No, that makes
once
sense. And then
were,
it also can trap
which isn't
stuff below
isn't
it
great.
too.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. It changes the
Yeah,
weather for
the
sure.
cloud seeding stuff. I think, what do they use? They use silver or something. Like that's the chemical.
It's like
I
aluminum
don't
chips,
exactly
or
know.
who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something
silver
like
and
that.
dioxide.
It's
Who
just like a
knows?
nuclei. It's like a yeah. It's a little point
It's
where moisture
proprietary.
accumulates, I guess. Um.
Yeah. They could just shoot fucking sand out
Yeah.
if they wanted
Yeah.
to.
Well, I don't know how dangerous the actual chemical is, but the weather that it creates is the dangerous part as of right now, as far as what we know. Because you're just pumping a bunch of moisture into
Yeah.
a dry place, and the weather freaks out and it causes flooding. I mean, we saw it in Dubai recently, right? I don't know if you read anything about that.
Yeah, they do it every
Abu
week in
Dhabi,
Abu
yeah,
Dhabi. It's once a week.
and they
Once a
had flooding
week they make
issues
it rain.
this year or last.
Yeah. But, like, they, like, all dance in the street when that
Sure,
happens.
yeah, of
Like,
course,
fucking loving it.
yeah,
Like, it's a fucking desert,
I'd love it.
and
Yeah, I'd
they
go driving in it.
absolutely love it. And the easy part about their outfit is they just pick up the little dress and, like, walk through it in their sandals, and they're fine. Like,
That's
we have
true.
pants and
That's true.
shoes and
Wearing shoes
socks.
when it's just like wet outside, it does suck. And sandals really aren't
Sucks.
that bad. I wear like shower
No,
slides, like
yeah.
slide
When
sandals.
it's
Dude, yeah, I
uh-huh.
water the grass in them all the time. I'm outside working in them quite a bit, especially if it's raining.
Yeah, if it's raining if it's raining, I go to work in sandals just so that like I don't have to even deal with
You
wet
do?
shoes. I swear. It's been
That's
like for the
great.
last 3
That's funny.
years.
I,
Yeah, because it's like why not just
sure,
feel like I'm
sure.
at the gym
I
basically?
have boots. I have
Like,
like waterproof boots that if I have to have shoes on and go outside, I'll wear those.
yeah. It's just the Gore-Tex gets to me and it fucking traps all my heat in and then my
Yeah.
feet
Well,
get
mine are
sweaty.
insulated too. 200
And I got
gram
sweaty feet.
insulation, I think. Um, I mean, yeah,
That sounds heavy.
I mainly just wear them when I'm shoveling snow. Yeah.
200 grams, dude. Hook
Yeah,
me
you
up,
can,
dog.
dude, you can have some. I'll front it to you. Honestly, I sweat every time I work outside.
So
Even if it's -5 degrees outside and I'm shoveling snow, I'm usually sweating and I feel too warm and I have to take a layer off. Always been that way.
I sweat all the time. I'm sweating right now. I said I wanted the AC on, but it got switched off like an hour ago. Feel it, feeling it in my forehead right now. Um, so there was this really cool story about kids nowadays are reinventing
Hmm.
meditation practices.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you see that? They're it's fucking cool, man. Like they're just sitting outside and they're like bragging that they're raw dogging for 1 hour to fix their attention span, and it's like day three. He's just sitting there with
yeah.
the fucking
I think that's great.
clock, and I think that's great too.
Yeah, I should try and get my kids into it.
I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I mean, I take walks. I guess I go to
You
the
were outside the
gym,
other
but
night when you
that's
texted me.
yeah. But then I'm texting you. See, I'm
Sure,
not raw
sure.
dogging.
Yeah, I guess so. At least you're talking to another human, though. If you're going to be using technology for anything,
I guess that
that's a good thing.
it is a good thing. I'm not. I'm not just
Yeah,
trolling
just
on the internet.
scrolling TikTok or something. I really like it. I mean, I was talking to you earlier in the week, just how soccer is kind of a really good way to get outside and jog around. I'd probably hurt myself
Yeah.
pretty quickly if I actually played in a game. I feel like I would roll my ankle probably in the first 30 minutes, 45 minutes at some point. I mean, just to be 100% honest with myself.
You
I
don't
could
have to
play
get
through
every
it.
ball. That's the thing. You can let some
Yeah,
pass.
yeah, and just remember that I'm not
Just give up
12 years
sometimes.
old anymore.
Yeah. I would play if I was you. If I had a big enough group of people, that would be cool.
Yeah, I know.
But I think that I don't think you're. Yeah, I mean, you
That's
got your
almost 12
kids. You
people
can
right
at
there.
least. Yeah, there you go. That's a full team.
Fuck
You go
yeah.
six
I mean,
on
3-on-3
six, dude.
isn't like terrible either. Small goals, no goalie.
Here we go. How about we invent the, you remember the small little nets that they have for like the
The little
U7 or the
the
U6
hoop.
league, the
Yeah,
small like pop-up
very
ones? Yeah.
familiar.
Yeah. So we should have AI goalie that's like a little tiny like a robot on a kind of some sort of
Yeah,
push
sure.
pulley string system, and it like it tries to get like maybe it's like delayed enough that like it just makes it that
You
much
could make it
harder that it goes
impossible.
after the
You
ball
could
and tries to block.
because
Yeah, you
I've
can make
seen
it
robots
impossible.
that are
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um yeah, that
So
would be
that would
really
be
cool.
cool.
Yeah, like it's just like a golf simulator or any like at home practice training entertainment device.
Mm-hmm.
It would be really cool. It doesn't it can be human shaped, I guess. But it could also just be like
Yeah.
a goal post. It could be any size, and then just little flaps that come down and like, and it tries to catch it, and you can set the difficulty to different levels. And it's reading your body language,
Yeah.
so you can juke it out. You know, you can like look the other way, and it would factor into the calculations.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that would delay a human, like a high level human, this long. It would trick a 10-year-old
Right.
kid for like the next 4 days.
If it's a CPU, a learning computer, then maybe it would like it would learn your habits over time. So you would have to improve as well.
it's a training
to
tool
keep
for
getting
sure.
better to stay ahead of it, because it's going to learn your moves and your, so you're going to have to
and
get better.
it could be like a
basically.
career mode thing where you slowly just try and beat each other the whole time, and it's actually leveling you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're getting better and better for
Yeah.
sure. Gamify it.
Fuck yeah. You could make it look super creepy too,
See,
like
with-
a marionette.
With AR goggles,
have it,
with AR
like,
goggles
with
on, you could be
strings.
like in a Champions League Cup final in Wembley Stadium or something like that.
Yeah,
Penalty kicks,
that's
And
true.
just- Yeah, and it could be like
hmm
the best goalie ever, like trying to block it.
Yeah, that's a good one too. It's just that the actual the equipment to put AR or VR on you.
It does for now. It's
much.
getting lighter and thinner and smaller all the time. But yeah,
those golf nets or those screens
Super cool.
people have in their basements, like the rich people. That's more of the AR style that we'd want for like a goalie.
Yep.
So you put that on, like dropped over
Yeah, you got it.
draped over the front. Yeah, trying to find the word. Over,
work.
like you could bring it to any goal post or goalie whatever net, at a high school, and drape it over, and then there you go. You have this augment reality of a goalie
projected
simulator that's on
a backdrop
on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Or it's
Sure.
it woven into the fabric itself. Then you can really see if it can block the goal, like your balls or not.
And yeah, you would have a grass or synthetic grass kicking surface, right? Man, you could have ones that are the entire, the box, where you could have just a penalty spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you can actually, that's what I was saying, like you could bring it with you to the high school field and like drape it over the actual physical net out there, so you're on real grass, like playing it. Like
Sure.
it doesn't have to only
that's
be
a
in
good
your
point.
basement.
Use the field. Off season though, like in a warehouse and an indoor, you could do it at an indoor field. You could do it anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the next level though. I think you're gonna have whole teams that are just playing against augmented reality projections.
Sign me up.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, I think we solved a lot tonight. I think we're gonna, have to come back to a lot of this other financial topics of today and yesterday, because that shit's just gonna keep going, and we all know that it's there and whatever. But I think the main thing is contributing as much to building a better tomorrow than focusing on the fucking current craziness that's going on. I think what we're doing is good.
I agree. I don't want anyone to really feel legitimately alienated, and I don't think my opinion is worth more than anyone else's opinion. If that's what you believe, that's fine. So I enjoy not talking about it. The current events of the world these days they're depressing and they're frightening, and that's I think keeping it like you said for the greater good and interesting.
Yeah. Make your tomorrow better than the current situation and contribute to a better, place that you believe in. And I think that's what we're doing here, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're not going to get stuck in the present and the past so much as building our future.
Yeah. I like to think the present doesn't actually exist because it either is the future or is the past. It's not a plane. It's just a fine line that's moving along through this wave form.
Gotta give it up, yeah, the give it up. I give it them to give it up, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lined up, thought we had a tie. Robot on the keyboard, smoke that's out of sight. Cold like a river, never lost steam. Left a scratching heads in a broken dream. Robot set the trophy, drones in the sky. Money man's a program with a digital eye. The logo, flowers in the room. We're dancing with the question, are we waltzing the doom? Sailing up the cloud, rain hits too hard, yeah. Flooding out the streets, backyards, boulevards. Pushing on the weather with the trick of the hand. Now the water's in the basement and it's eating the land.